Hey, it's Shane from GotRom.com and welcome to the Neck Pain Program. In this program, I'm going to teach you the same strategies and techniques that I've been teaching to over 20,000 people all over the world to help you fix your neck pain. And this is not going to be a program about the gadgets, the gizmos, the posture braces, the perfect pillow to fix everything, the magical acupuncture treatment. This is going to be getting to the root causes of neck pain, the dense muscles, the tight muscles, the weak muscles, the posture below the neck that's not supporting having a healthy pain-free neck. So in this program, we're going to draw from the best practices from modern science, and we're going to integrate kind of non-conventional, non-traditional exercises that you're not going to find in most traditional rehab programs. So I don't think this program is like anything you've probably seen or tried, and that's why I think it's going to work for your neck pain, and I look forward to seeing you in the program. So when it comes to neck pain, like a lot of pain in the human body, often the site of the pain is not the real culprit. Usually it's kind of like big brother, something else is beating up on little brother. So in this case, neck is little brother, and big brother is usually your posture in general. What I mean is, if you're a little bit kyphotic, a little rounded, a little slumped shoulder, you get that text neck, that kind of forward head posture, and you can do things to relax the neck, and you should, and that's what we're going to start with. But then you got to get down to the root cause, which is usually a postural issue with your thoracic spine, your shoulders, etc. So, but the first thing we're going to do is usually if you're experiencing just a tense, tight neck, we want to kind of give you some relief so then you can work on the other things more comfortably. So check it out. Let's talk about your neck tightness and neck muscles. This is an area that I have found that there's not a lot of good information about how to have a pain-free, relaxed, soft, supple neck that causes you no problems. If you Google what to do about neck pain, you're usually only shown, here's a couple stretches you can do, but what's never taught is how to soften up those muscles. If you go cranking on your neck and try to stretch it, way over in this direction or in whatever direction, and those muscles are still dense because they have not been massaged out, that can actually do some damage. It can cause some problems. So the first thing and the most important thing is, how do you effectively massage the neck? Well, I'm going to give you 3 variations. The first one is using what's called the stick with the red rubber handles and the white middle part. There's many versions of this tool, but this one's my favorite. So you hold it like this, and then you put it behind on the back of your neck or a little bit on the side, wherever you're feeling the density. And then do little micro scrubs, little tiny rolls. And you can go on the side of the neck, way up near the skull, like this. And little scrubs there. You can go mid-neck, or you can go all the way at the bottom. If you don't have the shoulder mobility to do this, you might have to just hold it with like your thumbs, because you can't get your shoulders open like that. Or maybe have a friend or a partner who you trust kind of help you out with this and kind of just go easy. But you can do a lot of good work with this thing, scrubbing out all these muscles. You can go side to side, you can pin down a spot, and then move your head in different directions. And one thing that looks kind of silly, but it's really effective, is whenever you're doing massage or stretching on yourself, you want to be very relaxed, which means droopy face. So when I'm actually working on myself, I actually look like this. I'm kind of like, droopy. And then I'm kind of scrubbing around. And it looks funny and it's a little crazy, but it's way more effective when you're actually physiologically relaxed as you're working on it. So maybe if you're in the middle of your office, don't do the droopy face and do this. But when you're in the privacy of your own home, try that out. Totally relax your face, play around, scrub around, and you'll find that how your neck feels afterwards is tremendously better. So give the stick a shot. So when working on your thoracic spine, your upper back, to improve your posture, to improve your shoulder position, and ultimately to improve your neck pain, the only exercise that I actually have done pretty much every day for the past many, many years is using 2 mobility balls, lacrosse balls, or these type of balls, on your upper back to use as a leverage point to kind of extend and mobilize your spine joint segment by joint segment. So this is intermediate level exercise, can be advanced, but I also like having beginners do it. Obviously you can start with the foam roller as a leverage point, but it's more blunt and big. This is more precise and more effective when you're ready for it. So I want to illustrate that there's lacrosse balls, which are the cheapest and most ubiquitous kind of way of putting them on your upper back and then arching and extending over them. And that's a great place to start. I actually use these two balls by Massage Track, which are a little bit bigger in diameter, just barely, and I noticed the difference and I actually prefer it. But you can try and experiment with all different sizes. Obviously there's even larger ones. This is the Alpha balls by Yoga Tune-Up. And also, in addition to size differences, small, medium, large, there's also texture differences. This is a little bit softer and squishier, which I find necessary for some of my maybe older clients, or some females kind of prefer this, or just people that don't have a high pain tolerance to kind of massage and pressure on their muscles. So just know that there's different diameters and different textures available to you. I'm going to use these ones, since this is what I use pretty much every day, but you can use whatever you have available to you. And how you do it is you lay on your back and you put these lower than your neck. You tuck them up on your upper back, in between your shoulder blades. And then if this is just intense, I like this position with my hands behind my head, elbows either apart or more together is kind of what I prefer. And then I slowly steamroll the length of my upper back all the way to kind of like where my ribs kind of drop off here. So the balls can be here, or they can go all the way to kind of the base of my neck, not up onto my neck, but just before that. And usually you'll find, there's like a sticky spot right there. And when I'm there, I can just kind of inhale, exhale, and you can automatically see my posture kind of improving when I do that. Or I can kind of teeter-totter, move in and out of range. I round, or I arch my chest, I puff my chest out like Superman, or I can kind of scrub on that sticky spot. And you'll find that if you do this consistently, this gets less and less intense, but in the beginning for a lot of people, it is very intense. If that's the case, you can actually kind of like rest back, put your hands on the ground, and just kind of work in this way. The reason that I like the hands behind the head is it changes the orientation of the muscles on your back, your rhomboids and everything. And if I was to take my head off the ground and I didn't have my hand support, all my neck muscles tense up, whereas here they can relax a little bit. So you can go like this, scrubbing and relaxing, teeter-tottering, sighing and sinking. Or if you're a little bit more advanced, or if you want to try something different, you can go hands in this position, arms long overhead, cradle your own head if you have that shoulder range of motion to do so, and then teeter-totter, or breathe and relax, or steamroll nice and slow, or find a sticky spot and scrub, 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 scrub. So those are 4 different techniques and 3 different hand positions that you can use to scrub out the knots in your upper back, but also get that spine moving again and get it out of this stuck, bent, frozen, bad desk posture that you see so common. And when you do that, you'll find your shoulder mobility improves, your neck pain goes away, and your neck range of motion feels like it's a lot more. So give this exercise a shot. So I'm going to show you a couple stretches to get the chest muscles to open up, release your shoulders, which will make your neck feel a lot better. And the basic principle is something behind you with your elbows kind of like through like this, your palms moving towards up to the sky, and this opening up in this direction. This is kind of how you stretch the pec muscles the best. So a couple different ways of getting that done. You can take a broomstick, a PVC pipe, anything that you have available. It looks kind of like this, either thumbs under or thumbs over, whatever's more comfortable for you. And then if it's wider, it's going to be easier. If it's narrow, it's going to be a little bit harder. So find the grip that works for you, and then kind of bring it up and over your head. And then when it's behind you, I have a soft bend in my elbows, and I'm puffing my chest out, and then I'm breathing and relaxing. You could, if you were in a gym, just set up a bar and a rack, where if you pull on it, it's not going to fall off the rack, but a bar and a rack, and then actually put your hands over top like this, and then bring your elbows through, puff your chest out. That's one of my favorite pec stretches. If you do that for a minute or two, you'll find that your chest really opens up and your posture improves and your neck feels better. Another thing that you can do is have a band and do the same thing. A band up over the head, and kind of the elasticity of the band makes this maybe feel even a little bit more effective. Or I could hook this band up to a pull-up bar up behind me. So it's hooked up to a pull-up bar. You need a very thin band, and then you kind of hook your hands through and come into this sort of same position where you're basically here, but the band happens to be attached up behind you. But the principle is the same. It's kind of open the chest up, palms up to the sky, soft bend in the elbows, puff the chest out, and then kind of wiggle around, hang out. And when you do that, it really stretches this exact area, and you'll feel when you're done that your shoulders kind of get reset back onto the position they should be. Your thumbs point more straight forward in your posture, and when you check in with your neck, it moves a lot better. So give all of those pec stretches a shot.